Hi guys, I want to share with you a quick and easy way on how I made these beautiful Hello Kitty invitations. I used my Silhouette Cameo using the trace window. I extracted an image from Google of the cutest Hello Kitty and I created a card base. I'm going to show you guys how I created this from start to finish, and all you have to do is put them together. This is what the set looks like. I created a set of 8 in an aqua, a purple, a peach, and a green. And that entire card is about 5 inches in width. And then the inside it flips up, and the inside I've matted another sheet of white cardstock to create a card base where we can put our information on. I also created 8 envelopes coordinating with each of the Hello Kitty bows. I used my Silhouette Cameo for this also, using an envelope file, and I just downsized it to 5 by 5. So let's get started with the tutorial.
Okay, before I start, I want to tell you guys that I am not a professional, and this is the way that I do things, and this is how I've figured it out. So it's probably a simpler way to do this, but I am going to share you how I created the Hello Kitty invitations. So the first thing I did was Google searched images for a Hello Kitty image that I like, and I copied it, and I'm going to paste it here. And then I am going to select my trace window, which is this up here at the right. If you see my mouse moving in the right hand corner, the top toolbar square with the blue square in the center. So select that and then select trace area, and I'm going to bring it back over here and highlight the entire image, and that should give you some yellow highlights. And then I am going to select trace. There's a trace button, a trace outer edge, and a trace and detach. I'm going to select trace. I'm going to move the original out of the way for now. I'm going to go back and select the entire image again, and I'm going to release the compound path. I'm going to go back and select the entire image again, and I'm going to group it together, and then select the image and reduce the size. Now by that, I'm going to go up to the top toolbar and select the scale, open the scale window. I'm going to lock my aspect ratio. I know I want my width to be 5 inches, so I'm just going to highlight that and type in 5 and apply. That'll decrease the size of the image. And then I'm going to ungroup, select that, ungroup the image, because all I really want is the inside part of her bow. I don't want all the extra little pieces around it. So I'm going to remove those, and then I'm actually going to group those together and then move it off of the mat. I'm going to select this and cut it out. So now I'm going to bring my image back because we're done with the bow part. And I'm going to again select the trace window, open the trace window, and then select the trace area. Go over here and select the image again. Once that's all selected, I'm actually going to do something different. I'm going to unmark my high pass filter, and then I'm going to move my scale down here to the furthest it will go, which is 4, and actually not the furthest, I'm just going to move it to 4, and then I'm going to select the same trace button that I select originally, and that's the top one. So select trace, and then I'm going to move the original out of the way. I'm going to select the image, release the compound path, and then I'm going to select the image again and group so that I can select the image again and size it. So I'm going to open the scale window, lock the aspect ratio, and again I want my width to be 5 for that image, and hit apply. That'll reduce Miss Hello Kitty down to 5 inches. That's how wide I want my card. So I'm going to ungroup, select it and ungroup the image. Now I need to select this back image here because I'm gonna, I don't want to do that. Let's undo the move. I want to separate the two images because I have a hard time separating them while they're all together. So I'm just going to move this top image. Oh, keep doing that. See? I'm going to move the top image out of the way. And then just so I can keep everything together, I'm going to select this image, and up here, the little paint bucket, I'm going to paint it black. Okay, that's my back. That's my back of my card. So I'm going to move that out of the way. And then I'm going to select the eyes. So I'm going to hit the eye and hold my shift key, hit the other eye, and then I'm going to grab the nose. And then I'm going to grab the face. And once I've selected all of those, and then I'm going to make a compound path. So right click, hit make compound path. So that would make all of these come separate so I can move them. So I'm going to group the Hello Kitty face, her face, and her little piece of ear together. So highlight that, right click, group it, move it off of the mat. And this is the little nose. So I'm going to make that, highlight that, and make that yellow. So I can know that that's her nose. And I'm actually going to highlight this image, the face and the ear, and make it white. So now you see that, and I like to do this every so often, make sure that everything that I have is lining up. Oh, so I'm going to ungroup this just to check it. Make sure everything fits. That's her face. That's her ear. Now remember, we grouped this together, so we have to ungroup them in order to make sure all the pieces fit, that they're sized correctly. And I'm going to paint that, we'll just paint that pink for now. That fits there perfectly. Perfect. In the middle, and then her little tiny nose. So that's going to be our image, but everything is all broken apart. So we'll just take them away, and then we'll group everything back in sets because I like to keep them all together on one mat, and I'll show you that in a second. So we'll get her face and her ear, we'll group it together, move that over, move her base, move her nose over, and I'm actually going to select the base, and then I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it, and then just move it off to the side for later. And then next we are going to so we make sure all of the pieces fit, and then we want to make the card. So this is our base card. So how we're going to do that, I'm going to move this over a little bit to have a little room, and then we're going to select the base card, and then we're going to hit the replicate window, which is this tiny looks like a flower, almost a little slit with fur around it. I guess no other way to explain it, but it's the replicate window. And then you can mirror left, right, above, or below. I'm going to mirror above, so I'm going to click mirror above, and that'll duplicate the card up. So I'm going to select the image, and instead of using my mouse to bring the image down to be welded together, I'm just going to use my arrow key. That way I know it doesn't move and it won't be lopsided. And I'm just going to go with my down arrow until all of the edges touch to be able to weld the card. So once I've done that, I've squished it down. I'm going to highlight the entire image, and then I'm going to right click it and select weld to weld it together into one image. and then that's it. So that's one image. Now the reason why I like to have these pieces sitting off to the sides, because I want to make sure that all of these pieces will fit. So you see that won't, in order to make sure that that fits, first I'm going to ungroup it, because I don't want to cut all this stuff out and then it doesn't work. And then I'm going to select her, because you won't be able to see it on the mat when I bring it over. Select her, and then I'm going to bring to front so that it'll be placed on top of the cat. So it welded fine, and just want to see how it looks when I fold the card. So I'm going to ungroup this. Because I don't want anything to look weird. And then I'm going to put these pieces together. Perfect. So separate them again. I like to check and double check. You guys haven't realized that by now. I'm going to group those together. Take this face off. Make sure you remove the ear. I've made a mistake and left that on there when it was ready to cut, and then it has a funky little space in your card. Group that together. That's by itself. And that's it. So at this point, I like to open up a lot of different pages so that my mats are ready. So I just opened up, 5 pages. So we're going to take the face. It depends on how many you want to cut out to. So I'm going to copy this face, go to the next page, paste it on here, and that way you can cut out as many as you need to cut. So you would do that, and then you just continue on. Make sure you ungroup these so you can, cut out as many of those as you want. Have that sheet ready. And then you would do the same. Go back to the front, grab your bow, select it, copy it, go to your second page, paste over here, ungroup it, and you just would keep, cutting out as many pieces as you need to for all of those. So like for me, I made 8 sets, so this came in handy when I layered 8 sets of these on the page. So you want to do the same. Now really quick, I'm going to show you what I did, why I copied this extra piece here. So I'm going to make a copy, open up one of the blank windows and paste it and put it on here, because this is what I use for the inside of the card. Now all I did was, this is for my layering for the matting of the inside of the card. So when I cut it out, all I did was cut these little whiskers off. It was a lot easier than trying to figure out how to get them off this way. So when I printed them off, it was a quick snip, snip, snip on both sides. And I printed this off, or cut this out in white, so that I can use it as an inside photo mat. So there we have it, and I hope this was helpful, and please leave a comment and let me know what you think. Thanks guys for watching. Bye.